everyone, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet a leggy froggy, which is basically like just a frog that's got long legs and arms, and it's really cute and actually one of the easiest plushie patterns that at least I know how to do. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the supplies that you'll be needing for this video is, of course, yarn. I'm going to be using this really nice loops and threads sweet snuggles yarn in this like nice light mint teal color. You can use whatever kind of yarn you like, but this is my favorite for making plushies. And then you'll also need a pair of scissors. These ones are really gross and dirty, but then you will also need a crochet hook. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook for this project. I believe my yarn recommends a 7mm, maybe 6mm. But when making plushies, I prefer to go down a few hook sizes, and I recommend that you do that as well, just so that your stitches are a little tighter. Any pair of scissors will work. And you will also need a stitch marker, but if you can't find one, like me, you can also use a safety pin. I'm using this jumbo safety pin, and it works practically the exact same as a stitch marker, but whatever you like to use as a stitch marker works. You will also need some scrap black yarn and something to make the eyes. I like to use buttons and use speed sew to glue on the buttons for the eyes, but you can also use safety eyes or whatever you prefer. So let's just get started in crocheting. So to start off, you're going to need to make a slip knot. If you don't know how to do this, go and check out my tutorial that will be linked right up in that corner. And then you're just going to place your crochet hook into the slip knot and tighten it up. Then we're going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have 10 chains just like this. And then we're going to place a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not this one right there, but the one right next to it. And we're just going to place one single crochet right there. And just so that it's a little easier for me, I like to already mark that first stitch, just because I find it a little easier to start the rounds that way. Then you're just going to continue placing one single crochet into each of the chains until you reach the end. So just keep putting one single crochet into each chain. Now that we've reached the end of our row, you're going to not chain one or anything like that. You're going to actually kind of like flip over your work, I guess, and then you're going to place 9 single crochet along this line. So basically you're just doing the same thing that you did on like this side of the project, and then just do it like that, so it kind of creates a oval almost. Into the chains once again, just continue crocheting and place 9 more, so you'll have a total of 18 stitches. So now your work should be looking a little something like this. We're going to take out our stitch marker because we will not be needing that right now. And then where that first stitch of the round is, you're just going to place one single crochet. And then once again, put that stitch marker right back into that first stitch of the round to mark. And then in the second stitch right here, we're going to do a bobble stitch. So basically a bobble stitch is like a cluster of 4 double crochets together, and this is how you do it. So you yarn over, and then you put your hook into the stitch, then you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, just like you would if you were doing a double crochet. But now, instead of yarning over and pulling through these 2 loops, you're going to yarn over and do the same thing that you did for this like start of a double crochet, and keep making half of a double crochet, if that makes sense. So now you're going to yarn over into the same stitch, place your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to do that again, yarn over in the same stitch, place your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, until we have 5 loops on our hook. So we're going to do that one more time, yarn over, put it in the same stitch as always, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook. So now we're going to yarn over, pull through all the loops, and that is our bobble stitch. And as you can see, it kind of like pokes out from the rest of the work. And this is where we will be placing the buttons or safety eyes later on. Now we're gonna just do 1 single crochet into the next stitch and into the next 4 stitches, so that we have a total of 5 single crochet after this bobble stitch. So that one was 1, this will be 2, and then this is 5. So now we've reached kind of the other end here. And so we're going to just do the exact same thing that we did for this bobble stitch on this side, so that we can create the other eye socket, or I guess whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna yarn over, put our hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. Then do that again, yarn over, place your hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, do that again, and we have 4 loops. So now that means we need to do it one more time by yarning over, placing our hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have our 5 loops on our hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all those loops. So now we have this that we're going to be working with, and it looks like 2 little eye sockets that we're going to place our safety eyes or our buttons on later. Now we're going to just put single crochets into each stitch until we reach that stitch marker again. So just single crochet as you normally would all around. And now we're going to take out our stitch marker and place just a normal single crochet into the first stitch of the round, and once again put that stitch marker back into that first stitch, close it up, and then you're just going to single crochet like you normally would, just putting 1 single crochet into each stitch until you reach the stitch marker once again. So you're just gonna continue crocheting normally, just putting 1 single crochet into each stitch. Okay, so now we've met our stitch marker once again. So that means we are done this 3rd round. If you're choosing to put safety eyes, then I recommend that you do that now. For the next 2 rounds, you're just going to do exactly what you did last round and just do single crochets all around, so that we will have a total of 3 rounds worked that is just completely single crochet. I'll come back after I've done 2 more rounds of single crochet. So now that I've finished those 1, 2, 3 rows of just complete single crochet, we're going to move on to the next round. So for this round, do once again a normal single crochet into that first stitch, place that stitch marker right back in there, just like normal. Then we're going to, I think we can do one more single crochet because we're just trying to make it so that like when it's folded properly like this, like it'll meet the end here, if that makes sense. So you might be kind of in a different place depending on how you're crocheting this. So just do like around 2 single crochets or however many you need so that you reach like the side here. And now we're going to make the arms. And so we're going to chain 14 just from this single crochet. So 1, 2. So now we have 14 chains, and now we're going to skip that first chain and we're going to place a slip stitch, which is when you put your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, pull through. So we're going to do 1 slip stitch, then another into the next chain, and then one last one into that 3rd chain. Then you're going to stop slip stitching and you're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to do the same thing that you did here and skip that first chain and do a slip stitch until you reach that last chain. And then you can just do that one more time by chaining 4, then skipping that first stitch and slip stitching into the rest. So now what I like to do is insert my hook into this middle finger here, and just insert my hook into there and yarn over and pull through just so that everything's a little more connected. Then I go into the chain that's like connecting this one, like the chain that's under this first finger, and put my hook into it, and then I yarn over and pull through the rest so that all the fingers are kind of attached like that. And then we can just slip stitch our whole way down until we reach the end of this chain. So now we've reached the end of our chain and we're just going to continue single crocheting. So we're going to go into the next stitch and pretend that we didn't even do this whole arm, and just pretend that you're just single crocheting as you normally would and the round is still going. And then you're just going to continue single crocheting until once again you kind of reach like the side of your work, so that the other arm will be across from the one we've already made. So I think you can do like, oh, that seems good. I'll just start it here. So for me, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did 9 more single crochet, but just depending on how you want it, just do as many as you need so that you get to like the side here of the frog. And we're just going to do the exact same thing that we did on this arm over here. So, and now we've made it to the end of that chain, and we're just going to do like we would normally do and continue single crocheting down the line here. So just continue. So now we've met our stitch marker, and we're going to take it out, do a normal single crochet into that first stitch, put the stitch marker right back in. Then we're going to do single crochets around the whole row, but I'll just stay with you guys to show you this. So you're gonna single crochet until you reach this arm. Then you can just put it to the side and then just continue crocheting into that next stitch. and then you're just going to continue doing that until you've single crocheted all around the row. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. Now you're going to continue doing rows of single crochet. So after the row where we did the arms, we've already done 1 row of single crochet, and we're going to add another 6 rows, so that in total we'll have 7 that we've made. That's just completely single crochet. So for the next 6 rows, just do single crochet. And I'll meet you back here once I've done that. Okay, so now I've made it to the end of my 7th row that's just completely single crochet, and it's really shaping up now, really looking like a nice little leggy frog. And let's start, and so let's just go right ahead and continue on with this frog. So for this round, you're going to do the exact same thing that you did for the round where you made the arms, and it will have no differences, just maybe you might make a little more, maybe you might make a different amount of stitches to get to the side, but otherwise it is the exact same as the other round. So now we are almost done. We're on the final stretch here, and we're going to be doing our last row. So take out that stitch marker, do a normal single crochet into the first stitch, place that stitch marker right back in there, and then just single crochet into each stitch all around. And once again, since the arms are here, you're going to, once you meet that arm, you're going to kind of move it to the side over here, and then just place your crochet hook into the next stitch and just continue going on as you normally would until you reach this next arm, and just do the same thing. And after you finish this round of just full single crochets, you can fasten off. Now that I've reached the end of the row, you're going to take out the stitch marker, and we will not be needing it anymore. Then you're just going to slip stitch to until you meet the side again, kind of like that, and then you can fasten off your yarn. Go like this. And how I like to gauge how much yarn I need to cut off, I lay the yarn against the edge, then I do it again, then I do it again, and then 3 times is usually enough, but I like to give myself quite a bit of leeway so that, you know, I don't have any problems with having not enough yarn. So then you can just leggy fasten off, and then we will move on to the next step. It's time to stuff our plushie. With leggy froggies is actually really nice because you don't need a lot of stuffing. This is probably just enough because they're pretty flat. And so this is great for if you have like a small business or you want to be selling these, because then it doesn't use up as much products and supplies as other things. And like all that stuffing is like the perfect amount because he doesn't need to be very big. So now that we've stuffed him up, you can grab a tapestry needle. I forgot to put this in the materials part, but you will be needing a tapestry needle. And so you're going to thread your tapestry needle through just like that. And then you're just going to go like around so you sew this edge up. And now you can start working on the facial features. So I have some scrap black yarn. This is just normal acrylic yarn, like it's not like any sort of soft plush yarn. And you can just thread up your sewing tapestry needle, and then we're gonna start sewing the face. So I like to start it on this row right here, which is, so this is the row where we did the eye baubles. This is the row after it, and I like to go right between the row here and here, and I just place my tapestry needle through kind of like this, and then pull that through, but don't pull it through all the way. I'm actually gonna cut my yarn a bit because I definitely cut way too much. So I'll just go like that. And that's probably good enough. Just leave about like a 2-inch or even an inch would probably be okay of an end here. Then go into that next row in the middle and put your needle through there so that it'll make a line here, and then put it and then put it back through to where that end is, so that when you pull it through, you can see that his little smile is starting to form. Then you can just go right back into the middle and repeat what you did last time and go right back to where that end is. Then just pull through. And that's his little smile. And then you can cut your yarn about the same length as that other end is, so like 2, even 3 inches if you want, just however much you want, and then do a knot so that it stays in place. And then you can use a crochet hook or whatever to pull this end through your work, just so that your frog, his smile really stays on there, because yeah. And then once I finish doing any sort of sewing, I like to kind of go like this under the stitches just so you can really see them. And then now it's time to put on the eyes, and so I like to use this speed sew. It's just like a fabric and craft glue, so it just makes everything a lot easier, especially when I'm crocheting in bulk, if I'm going to sell them anywhere. And so you will also be needing some buttons, and I'm just gonna grab 2 here. Once again, if you put safety eyes in, then you're actually already done your frog, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of speed sew, just a little bit right there. Whoa, lots coming out. Then I like to put a little bit on the eye, like where I'm putting it. And you're gonna put it right on that eye socket. Just let that dry for a bit. Then you can do that again on the other button. Now we're all done. But yeah, that's all for this little leggy froggy. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that it at least made a little bit of sense. And have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!